今天我要读这本书《The Biggest House in the World》。The biggest house in the world. Some snails lived on a juicy cabbage. They moved gently around, carrying their house from leaf to leaf, in search of a tender spot to nibble on. One day, a little snail said to his father, "When I grow up, I want to have the biggest house in the world." "That is silly," said his father, who happened to be the worst snail on the cabbage. "Some things are better small," and he told this story. Once upon a time, a little snail just like you said to his father, "When I grow up, I want to have the biggest house in the world." "Some things are better small," said his father. "Keep your house light and easy to carry." But the little snail would not listen and hidden in the shade of a large cabbage leaf. He twisted and twisted this way and that until she discovered how to make his house grow. It grew and grew, and snails on the cabbage said, "You surely have the biggest house in the world." The little snail kept on twisting and twisting until his house was big as a melon. Then, by moving his tail swiftly from left to right, he learned to grow large pointed bugles. And by squeezing and pushing, and by wishing very hard, he was able to add bright colors and beautiful designs. Now he knew that it was the biggest house and the most beautiful house in the whole world. He was proud and happy. A swarm of butterflies flew overhead. "Look," one of them said, "a castle." "No," said another, "it is circus." They will never guess that what they were looking at was the house of a snail. And the family of frogs, they were way to a distant pond, sporting away. Never, they later told some Sunsteins, never have they seen much amazing sight. An ordinary small little snail with a house like birthday cake. One day, after they had eaten all the leaves and only a few knobby stems were left, the snails moved to another cabbage, but the little snail can't move. His house was much too heavy. He was left behind and with nothing to eat. He slowly faded away, nothing remained but the house, and that too little by little crumbled, until nothing remained at all. That was the end of the story. The little snail was almost in tears, but he remembered his own house. "I shall keep it small," he said, "and when I grow up, I shall go wherever I please." And so one day, light and joyous, he went on to see the world. Some leaves fluttered flighty in the breeze, and others hung heavily to the ground, where the dark earth and spirit crystals gathered in the early sun. There was polka-dot mushrooms and turvy stems from which little flowers seemed to wave. There was a peninsula lying in the lazy shades for ferns, a pebble in the nest of a sand, smooth and round like the eggs, and the turtle dropped. Lichen climbed to the rocks and barked to the trees. The tender buds were sweet and cool with morning dew. The little snow was very happy. The season came and went, but the snail never forgot his story his father had told him. And when someone asked, "How can you have such a small house?" he would tell the story of the biggest house in the world. The end. Today I read The Biggest House in the World.